So what's the plan? Are we going to go round and be good and then go back to what we want, or are we just going to, you know, fall hungrily upon the yarn and buy it when we see it?
I think fall hungrily. And then when we've brought all of the things, then we can go round
And enjoy
again.
slowly and talk like normal people
Yes.
to stallholders.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me, I'm buying yarn! So I think we have done. I have bought things and picked up everything that I need to get. I have definitely not vlogged as much as I would have liked to have done, but I've been so busy chatting to people and buying yarn. So I will definitely do a video going through everything that I got. Maybe this footage will be at the beginning of that video, but yeah, it's been a really lovely day and I've met so many lovely people, and yeah, I think we're tired now, and it's time to go home and maybe go to sleep. But yeah, excellent event. And is it March 2024 yet, so I can come back? Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Becky. You can find me on Ravelry as Becky Mundy and on Instagram as @BeckyKnits. This is kind of like a bonus episode type thing. But if you're new to my channel, then thank you very much for joining me. And if you are a returning viewer, then welcome back. Yeah, not really a podcast episode today. I'm just going to be talking about East Anglia Yarn Fest because I had a really great time and I bought quite a lot of stuff, so I thought it was probably going to be best and easiest if I just did a whole separate video filled with all of my East Anglia Yarn Fest stuff. So I have not been to any kind of yarn fest since Stitches on the Sand last year, which was in August or September I think, which was kind of like the East Anglia Yarn Fest sister show, the like light version, and that was really great, but definitely on a much smaller scale. And so before that, the last yarn show that I went to was Unravel in 2020, so it's been a little while, so I was really excited. And I saved my pennies so that I could kind of just enjoy being at the Yarn Fest. So yeah, and I did. Very much so. So I've got 2 tote bags with all of my things in. One is mostly full of yarn and one is other things. So I guess we'll just kind of get get stuck in. Have I got anything else to say about East Anglia Yarn Fest? I went with my mum. Yeah, and she kind of fluctuates a lot with her fibre crafting, but she really enjoys spinning. So she was on the lookout for fibre, and yeah, so she found a lot of fibre. It was good for fibre. So yeah, and we thought we were just gonna be good and maybe like go up and down, and then when we arrived, we thought we were going to be good and go up and down once and like see what we wanted and then go back round and buy it. But then when we got there, we were just like, dive in, buy whatever we see when we see it, if we like it. So yeah, that's how it ended up being. And I have no regrets whatsoever. I'm going to start with like the not yarn stuff and then move into the yarn stuff. I'm just going to take some bits out here because they'll crinkle on my lap otherwise. So the first thing I'll show you is there was a nice show guide. I love this design. And it has information about stitches on the sand for this year as well. So I think I'll probably try and get along to that because it was really nice last year and Lowestoft was really pretty. It's the kind of place that I've not really been. I'd been once before for like a training day, and we didn't see like the best part of Lowestoft, but like the seafront was really nice. So I would definitely like to try and go back to Stitch on the Sand in August if I can. And then I bought myself, so I got my podcaster lanyard, sponsored by Giddy Yarns. So that was nice to wear that. And then I bought a little tote bag, and though she be little, she be mighty, she could hold quite a lot of stuff. So I filled that up quite nicely and quite quickly, but perfect size, perfect. I think it's going to be perfect for a blanket or something like that, something where, yeah, there's lots of mass, you know. So yeah, and it has the beautiful graphic on it as well. I hope the lighting is going to be okay, by the way, because it's like 7 o'clock at night, so I'm using my lights, which I don't usually use, and I'm hoping that it's going to be okay, because I just couldn't wait until tomorrow. Well, I wouldn't be able to wait until tomorrow because we'll be busy tomorrow, so I thought I have to do it tonight, otherwise I have to keep everything in the bags until next Friday when I have time to podcast again, and I couldn't wait that long, so we're doing it now. I bought one set of needles, bought the higher sharps. This is a 4mm 80cm cable, and this is for the squares for my Gamer Crafting blanket. So I picked those up because I've been knitting them on DPNs and it's been a bit clunky. I'm just not loving the DPNs at the moment, so that's what those are for. And I was really tempted to buy loads of other needles so that I could just cast on all of the yarn that I bought, but I was really good and I didn't do that, so I managed to restrain myself. I knew that I wanted to buy a project bag while I was there. I wanted a zip top project bag, and I picked up this one, which is super beautiful. It's got this beautiful moon, it's got like a slight shimmer to it. I don't think you're gonna be able to see that, but yeah, these beautiful owls, and there was like some mushrooms and some pretty birds and moons and stars. Yeah, it's just a beautiful print, and it has a zip, and then it's just plain inside, and that is from Jibby Roo Sews. So yeah, they had loads of bags on their store when we went around the first time, and then there was definitely less when we saw them later. So I was really glad that I just grabbed this. This was one of the first things I bought, I think. So I'm really glad that I bought that. Like when I saw it, because otherwise I think I might have missed out on it. So yeah, it's lovely. It's got a little bit of like, I guess, wadding in it, just to give it like a little bit of structure and a little bit of like protection, but it's not like super thick, so that's nice. So yeah, and this will probably be for blankets as well, because I think I'm not really knitting very much other than blankets at the moment. So blankets. And then I've got a pile of business cards. And what else? Oh, I will put links, by the way, to all of the shops that I all of the shops I have business cards for, all of the shops I bought from. Basically, if something caught my eye, I picked up a card, even if I didn't buy it then, because I thought, well, I might buy it online, but also I could share the business with you if something caught my eye. So let me just check who this one is from. So this one is from Josie Rose, and it's a like needle protector. And I just thought it was so pretty, and I've wanted one for quite a while and just haven't seen the one. So when I saw this one, it was good. And it's got 3 poppers. So because it's got 2 down here, she said that you can use it for magic loop, because you can sort of loop the cable through this side between these poppers. So yeah, so because I was like, oh, I don't really use DPNs, but she said that it would work. So yeah, I do use DPNs for some stuff, but I want to be able to use this regularly. So yeah, and then it's got a beautiful tie-dye inside, sort of really nice purple tie-dye in there as well. So that's really nice, and I'm looking forward to choosing which project gets to have this. I quite like that because it would be a really good option for like just if I had something that I could just pop in my bag. I didn't necessarily want to have a whole project bag. I could just like snag it and stuff it in my bag or something. Or like in the car when I don't need a project bag, I could just, as long as I can cover the needles. Yeah, so that's going to be really useful for things like that, I think. Then I'm going to save that to go with that. That's all goes together. Then went to, this is not in any order, I say then I went to, but I didn't go in any particular order. Next I have got a couple of stitch markers from Adventures in Yarn Craft. First ones are just a little pot of these sort of solid rings. It's just a, and that's gone forever. Oh no, it's, yeah, it's just, it's not got anything, no beads on it or anything like that. It thinks my yarn is on my face. There we go. But yeah, these are really great for like marking repeats in patterns, so that you've not got some huge stitch marker, or because even sometimes I find that the light bulb markers can be a little bit clunky in the work, like my fingers catch them and things like that. So those are going to be perfect, and I immediately put them in the project that I took with me, which was just a pair of socks, but I'm knitting them on the 9-inch circulars, so I wanted to mark my halfway point so that when I come to do the heel I know where I am without having to count. So anything to avoid anything that resembles maths, it's great. And then I also picked up a little hobbit door and some pretty little leaves. So yeah, I spotted that and I was like, I need that. So yeah. So those are pretty. And then lastly, for not yarn, it's kind of like close to being yarn but not yarn yet. I did buy myself some fibre. I have not done any spinning for quite some time, but I decided that I needed this beautiful braid because yeah, it's got 33% Teeswater, 33% Wensleydale, 33% mulberry silk. So, and that is from Velvet Sixpence. I have not heard of before, but they had some beautiful stuff. So definitely, if you are of a spinny nature, check them out. Colouring is not too bad of a resemblance. It is definitely a sort of deeper, darker colouring, but still very like bold, bright, like lots of colour in it. It's not like wishy-washy or anything like that, or dull. It's really, yeah, really nice. So that was in my Giddy Yarn tote bag, which I also got today. Giddy Yarns. So that was all of my not yarn stuff. So now we move on to the yarn, which is in my bag of holding. Actually, I'll do these ones that didn't fit in the bag of holding. There's going to be some crinkle. I'm sorry about that. But I don't want to take them all out, so sorry. I'll try and keep the crinkle to a minimum. The Giddy yarns are ones that I ordered, and Helen said that she would bring them to East Anglia Yarn Fest for me to pick up from there. So yeah, so not all of these are available at East Anglia Yarn Fest, I don't think. I think some of them were, you had to pre-order them. So anyway, I picked up a pack, one of the leftovers from the Middle Earth Minis Club. This is Return of the King December. So that was that one. I got 10-gram minis. Yeah, 5 10-gram minis. And this one is Middle Earth Fellowship of the Rings June. Also 10-gram minis. And then a pack of the 10-gram minis Stephen King minis. And then let me dig through here and get my other Giddy yarns. So I ordered 4 from her Hobbit, like recent Hobbit drop, but I only have 3 of them here because one of them is coming to me in the post later. This is The Lonely Mountain, and I got all of these on High Twist BFL. And this one is Bjorn, the Shape Changer. And Don't Leave the Path. And then the one that is coming to me in the post is The Wandering Wizard. And I guess I'll just include that in the podcast, like the week after that arrives. So, yep, okay. Just get all my yarn out now. So that's my bag of holding. It was very useful. Got a lot of compliments on it, but yeah, it definitely wasn't as big as I was expecting. Right, where to start? I went to see Jess at Skein and the Stitch and picked up a beautiful sock set. This is Misty Mountain, and anything that's like vaguely Tolkien related. I don't know if this is inspired by Tolkien or if it was just a coincidence. I know that she does a lot of yarns that are sort of inspired by Yorkshire and also by like literature. So so I guess it's 50-50. It could be Yorkshire, could be Tolkien, I don't know. But Misty Mountain, my partner loves Tolkien, so this will be a sock for him eventually when I finish the ones I'm already knitting for him. So there's that one. And then we got chatting with I didn't get her name, but Temporal Spin, and she had some absolutely gorgeous things on her stall, and there was one of those things where you're like, I just want to buy something but I don't know which one to buy. So I kind of ended up looking at the names to kind of pick which name I felt kind of spoke to me the most. Yeah, sometimes I sort of think, well, if there's lots of things that I like the look of, then I'll see which name resonates with me the most. So this is Dragon Scale. Some really beautiful colours, and I cannot wait to cast it on. So there we go. And we had a really lovely chatting all things nerdy. It was good fun. And then I went to see Hannah from the Corner of Craft. Picked up one of her bead weave stitch markers, a little dragon, very cute. And then I got 3 skeins from her as well. So I got, these are inspired by the latest Critical Role campaign. So this one definitely is from the latest. This is Big Moon, Little Moon, which is Aurum. I picked up this one, which is Smiley Day to You, which is FCG. You robot cleric. And then this one, at first I thought it was Beauregard from the second campaign, but now I think it might be Ashton from the current campaign. This is I Hit Things for Money. So there we go. Oh, sorry. So that is it. Honestly, I thought it was going to take me longer to talk you through it all, but maybe it's a good job that it didn't take me too long. I might do like a very quick go through of these again in my next podcast. It just depends how I feel, what I've got left. Maybe I'll just talk about 1 or 2 things. I don't know. But yeah, it was a really great day. Yeah, it was there were like lots of people, but it didn't feel like overly busy. I felt like the spaces between the aisles were wide enough that I never felt like I was crushed between people. There was like loads of parking space, there was loads of toilets. Yeah, there was like a couple of different food options, so that was good. Lots of seats, so plenty of opportunities to sit down. Yeah, it was really well organised, and the like space was really good as well, I think. Yeah, it didn't feel crowded or anything like that. I was really worried that it was going to feel crowded, but no, it was really great, and I would definitely go back next year. I think I would like to try and get like 1 or 2 shows in a year, like an early year one and then a later in the year one. And it's probably going to be East Anglia Yarn Fest and then Stitches in the Sand later in the year, because why would I go anywhere else when I've got a great show? Like, well, today's show was like 10 minutes drive from my house, so why would I go further afield? Yeah, and I had a lovely time meeting lots of vendors. I'm really not good at talking to people face to face, but I met lots of vendors, and I went to the podcast meetup, which was really lovely as well. I didn't really know what to expect. I was a bit worried there was going to be like tons of podcasters or tons of people, and that I was just going to feel really like overwhelmed. But no, there was just like a little group of us, which was really nice. Sort of exchanged channel names with a few people. There was 1 or 2 people there that I already followed, so it was quite nice to meet them and chat with them. So yeah, it was really nice day, and I didn't feel like too tired when I got home. I didn't get like overheated at any point. Like, it didn't feel like super hot in there. So I wore this t-shirt. This is my shady side in my The Lonely Knitter Nerdy Advent. So I wore this, and then I just wore like a sort of jacket, corduroy jacket, and I like switched between having the jacket on and not having the jacket on, and that was nice. And then I wore dungarees. I'm in my like comfy trousers now, but I was wearing dungarees earlier, and yeah, perfectly comfortable. I wasn't cold at any point. I didn't get too hot, so yeah, it was just a really great day. Very, very happy. I have so much beautiful yarn that I can add to my yarn shelf. I've like separated it so that this side, this is all like 4-ply or sock yarn, but this side is just pretty yarn that I bought that I liked, and this side over here is like nerdy yarn, because sometimes, you know, you just want to knit something with a bit of a nerdy vibe to it. So I'm gonna pop them away. There we go. It was good. I'm really pleased. So if I saw you while I was there and we said hello, or if I saw you and completely failed to be like a normal human being, then hello, thank you, I'm sorry. But yeah, maybe like over the next year I can chat to some more people in the comments and over on Instagram, and then next year it'll be like, oh hi, yeah, we've chatted on Instagram, cool. Yeah, so I don't know when I'll next do a podcast. Maybe next week. I've got a couple of finished objects to show you, and some of these purchases might be in use by then, so yeah, I might have some things to chat about next week, but we'll see. But that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Like I said, I will leave links down below to all of the shops that I bought from and any shops that caught my eye, and I will try and link all of the podcasters that I spoke to down below as well. I completely failed to get pictures, but if I manage to steal somebody else's picture, then I will insert it at the end and make sure that there's links to everybody down below. And I think that's it. I'm gonna go knit on something and watch some TV. Thank you very much for watching. and I will see you for my next video. Bye!